Hello, everybody. I have a quick little book haul. There's 6 books. Found them at the Little Free Library. And a couple of these I've read before. Well, 3 of them I've read before and 3 of them I haven't. So, we're on a timer here. I have 13 minutes. I got something in the oven. So let's start real quick. We have Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Not a big fan of the book, but it's a classic, and the copy I had I lent to somebody and I never got it back. And it's been 15 years. I don't think I'm ever going to see it again. So, yeah, it's Heathcliff and Catherine. It's this tragic love story, but I just didn't like it. I'm going to try it another time. Maybe they do it as an audiobook this time. Maybe I'll like it better. I don't know, but we'll give it another try. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I love this series. I was really happy to find this. Book 2 is Good Girl, Bad Blood, and book 3 is As Good as Dead. It's about a girl named Andy Bell who was murdered, and her boyfriend was blamed for it, and this other girl is doing a project where she's trying to solve the murder. And it's really good. I really enjoyed this quite a bit. I think it's listed as a YA, but I think adults would enjoy it as well. I mean, I did, and several that I've seen talk about it have also really liked it. And this one is Where the Crawdads Sing. It's recently made into a movie. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I read this one. But I believe this is the one where there's a young girl who is essentially abandoned by her family. She had been abused, and she was a mess. And then how she was found and taken care of, and blah 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 blah. I like that there's a little dragonfly embossed in the cover. But it was a decent book. I enjoyed it. Kind of heavy subject matter. But there's a murder and other stuff goes on in there, and a lot happens. It's pretty good. And then these are the 3 I haven't read. This one is called Whatcha Gonna Do. Let's see what it's about. I'm not entirely sure. I went by the witch part, and I'm like, oh, I like stories about witches. An unlucky witch and her know-it-all nemesis must team up in the first of a new, spicy romantic comedy series. Could it possibly get any worse than having absolutely no magical abilities when you're a member of the most powerful family of witches ever? It used to be that I'd say no, but then I keep getting set up on dates with Gil Connolly, whose hotness is only matched by his ego. Seriously, I can't stand him. Even if I also can't stop thinking about him, specifically kissing him. But we're going to pretend I never told you that part. So yeah, my life isn't the greatest right now, but then it goes straight to the absolute worst hell when I accidentally make my sister's spell glitch and curse my whole family. And the only person who can help non-magical me break the spell, you guessed it, Gil, the super hot jerk. Now we have to work together to save my family and outmaneuver some evil-minded forces bent on world domination. Oh yeah, and we have to do all that while fighting against the attraction building between us, because I may not be magical, but what's happening between Gil and I sure feels like it. Yeah, I think this sounds like it'll be fun. This one is Love Theoretically by Allie Hazelwood. She does a lot of romances that are kind of science-y, STEM related. Um, let's see here. Rival physicists collide in a vortex of academic feuds and fake dating shenanigans in this delightfully STEMinist rom-com from the New York Times best-selling author of The Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain. I haven't heard about this particular one. Love Hypothesis was huge, and it had mixed reviews. Some people were, oh, it's so great, it's the best book ever, and other people were like, this was stupid. So, I don't know. Contemporary romance, so... the many lives of theoretical physicist Elsie Hanaway have finally caught up with her. By day, she's an adjunct professor, toiling away at grading labs and teaching thermodynamics in the hopes of landing tenure. By other day, Elsie makes up for her non-existent paycheck by offering her services as a fake girlfriend, tapping into her expertly honed people-pleasing skills to embody whichever version of herself the client needs. Fake girlfriend for hire? Sounds like a prostitute to me. Sex worker, I guess, is the new appropriate term. Whatever. Honestly, it's a pretty sweet gig until her carefully constructed Elsie-verse comes crashing down, because Jack Smith, the annoyingly attractive and arrogant older brother of her favorite client, turns out to be the cold-hearted experimental physicist who ruined her mentor's career and undermined the reputation of theorists everywhere. And he's the same Jack Smith who rules over the physics department at MIT, standing right between Elsie and her dream job. Elsie is prepared for an all-out war of scholarly sabotage, but those long penetrating looks, not having to be anything other than her true self when she's with him, will falling into an experimentalist orbit finally tempt her to put her most guarded theories on love into practice? Who knows? I think I saw this as an audio available to download, so we'll check it out. I can get it from the library. And this one is The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. Now, I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, and then recently I've heard that it's not as good as everybody had said. So, you let the hype train die down, and now it's like, eh. It just has a bunch of quotes on the back. Finn has created a noir for the new millennium, packed with mesmerizing characters, stunning twists, and beautiful writing. That was Gillian Flynn, who wrote Gone Girl. A.J. Finn is a bold new talent with the touch of a master. That's Tess Gerritsen. She's the one that writes Rosalind Isles? I think. Compelling, wrenching, and gasp for breath exciting. I was blown away. That's Joe Hill. Followed by his father, who says remarkable, totally original. Stephen King. Tour de Force, absolutely gripping thriller. Louise Penny, she writes the Inspector Gamache series, which is kind of a little problematic at times. A dark, twisty confection with an irresistible film noir premise. Ruth Ware, she wrote a lot of pretty good thrillers. With them saying it's a noir, which I didn't know before I just read that, I don't know, because I'm not a big fan of noir. Who is calling at 8:30 at night? Let it ring. Anyway, those are the 6 books that I picked up. Go away! And, I guess that's it for this particular video. It's a very short one. Let me know if you've read any of these, particularly those last 3, because I don't know anything about them. I'm looking forward to the Witch one the most. It sounded really good. Woman in the Window, if I if it wasn't noir, I'd be more excited about it. I don't get along with that genre or that style. Um, every time I've read a noir, I've been like, eh. And I don't care for those movies either. So, I hope it's not like overly noir. Um, the one about the physicists, I don't know. I haven't decided how I feel about that one. I mean, I liked The Big Bang Theory, and that had physicists in it. But I have heard mixed reviews on her stuff, so I am holding my opinion until I actually read it. I just don't know. And with that, I only have a couple minutes before my timer goes off, so we'll go ahead and end it here. Remember to do all the YouTube things: comment, like, share, subscribe. Ring the bell icon to be notified of future uploads to the YouTube gods deem it worthy. And we'll see you in the next one. If I can get Neko to make an appearance, we'll try to do one of the snack boxes. He might show up because I made shrimp for dinner, so he might show up for that. You never know with him. So I guess we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.